Hi there, this is Jason Dunn from Digital Home Thoughts, and what you're looking at here is an HP Thrive notebook. That's its sort of code name. It's a dv6885se notebook that is sold only from Best Buy exclusively. The laptop can be purchased for $1149.99 US, and this is essentially going to be my first impressions, unboxing, and review. There's not really a lot to unbox, so I'm just going to show you essentially what comes with the laptop. So we have the notebook itself. We have a matching USB, a wireless USB mouse rather, and it's actually got kind of a neat effect, or neat trick rather. Initially I thought that because there was no wireless dongle in the box, I thought that maybe they had built in the wireless into the laptop, and I thought, well, that would be so cool. It's not quite that cool, but it's nearly as cool. If you pop off the top of the mouse here, you'll see there's a little tiny adapter. So this little itty bitty thing here is actually the wireless adapter that you plug into the USB port on the laptop. So it's not quite as cool as having something built in, but it does offer you the flexibility of being able to unplug this and switch to a different mouse if you want to. And it's also pretty clever how it just sort of sits in here and can be taken with you. Overall, the mouse itself is, as you can see, it matches the finish, and that's a pretty good little performer. It's optical, works quite well. The other thing inside the box is the big old power brick. I always say the same thing when I review these laptops. I keep hoping for maybe better cable management, maybe a slightly smaller power brick, maybe something unique on the end here. Apple has their magnetic connector. It'd be nice to see with HP come up even with something like, say, a module connector that would allow them to, one power supply to work with multiple laptops. But there you go. And the only other thing inside the box of any consequence is this HP neoprene sleeve. It's really nice. The fit and finish, matches the Thrive laptop, and it works quite well. So let's walk through the actual laptop itself and what you get for about $1,150. Now this is going to be a little bit hard to see, but the finish on this is gorgeous. I haven't really seen many other laptops on the market like this that have such a unique finish. So this is sort of a copper hued finish, and it has really nice designs on the outside. I'll walk you through some of what comes on the laptop itself. We have an S-Video-out. We have a VGA-out. Would have been nice for that to be DVI, but VGA works. An expansion slot. We have an Ethernet connection and a modem connection. The Ethernet connection is 100 megabits. I would have loved to have seen this be gigabit, because when you're transferring large video files and things like that, there's really no substitute for gigabit videos or gigabit speeds. It's got an HDMI out port, so this is great. And in some ways, it makes up for not having a DVI port over on this side, because the HDMI, you can obviously hook that up to a wide variety of TVs, and then you can also get adapters to convert to DVI and other sources. We have two USB 2.0 ports here. We have a single 4-pin Firewire connector, and then we have a memory card reader that reads SDHC cards, memory stick, XD, and a few other things. So really nice to have that there. On the front, we have a couple of indicators. We have the off-on switch for the Wi-Fi. We have an infrared receiver here. We have a microphone input, and then there's two headphone jacks, which this is a really nice touch. This has become fairly standard on a lot of laptops nowadays, and I really think it's great for anyone that travels with a companion. Being able to plug in your headphones and both listen simultaneously without remembering to need to bring an adapter is a great thing. Over here we have an Express 54 card slot. This is really nice that it's a 54, because this means that you can plug in a variety of adapters, like say a compact flash card adapter. I have one of those. It plugs into the 54 card slot and sits completely flush. That's a great thing to have, because then it allows you to have compact flash cards. You can see I'm having a bit of trouble getting it in. Okay, there we go. It's back in. Your standard DVD burner here. It will do light scribe. It will do dual layer writing. Nothing particularly spectacular. There's no Blu-ray here or anything like that. We have another USB port, and then we have a power connector. On the back, there's not really anything except for this gigantic battery. So I'm going to show this in a profile here, so you can see how much this battery sticks out. This is the 12-cell battery. So this is a really big battery. I did not do any detailed battery tests, but with this 12-cell battery, you should be able to get, I would say, at least 4 hours of pretty significant use. If I take off the battery here, you can see, you know, where the normal size battery would sit flush. I'm just going to snap this back on here. Oops, if I can manage to get it on. Yeah, there's nothing quite like taking off a battery, not knowing how to put it back in. All right, there we go. So I'm going to pop this open, and we'll boot it up here, and we will start. We can take a look at what it looks like. I'm just going to turn off some of my lights here and reposition the camera slightly so we can see it resuming. So on the inside, it's pretty standard. We have a nice extra wide trackpad down here at the bottom. We have a finger scrolling area for, you know, moving up and down, left, right mouse keys. Up top here we have a variety of buttons. We have quick play buttons. We have media controls, and then we have a volume slider. Altec Lansing speakers in here, which give you pretty good audio. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to crank up the brightness. It's one of the, actually I'll just log in here so you can see. One of the things I don't like about it is that when you do the function key to turn up the brightness, there's no on-screen indicator actually showing you the brightness level, and you have to hold down the brightness key for quite a while, unfortunately, and then you kind of have to guess as to whether or not, you know, it's actually gone up the entire way. So I'm just going to zoom out just a smidge here. That is a 15.4 inch screen. It is 1280 by 800 in resolution. The resolution's, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you know, on a 15.4 inch screen, I personally would have liked to have seen something more, you know, maybe even 1440 by 900. The icons and sort of the way Windows Vista Premium, which Home Premium, of course, comes loaded on this laptop, the way that works on the screen, it works pretty well, but, you know, I always prefer to see a little bit higher resolution. Now, in terms of what it has for its guts, it has an Intel Core 2 Duo Mobile 2.1 gigahertz CPU. It's got 3 gigs of RAM, so it's got plenty of RAM. It has a 250 gigabyte 5400 RPM hard drive, and for its video performance, it has a 256 megabyte GeForce 8400M GS video card. So what does that mean? It's a pretty capable laptop when it comes to gaming. You're not going to be playing Crysis or any, you know, DirectX 10 type games on this laptop, but it'll certainly, you know, play your World of Warcraft and older, sort of more low resolution games. Now, if you're into benchmarking, I'll just rattle off a couple things that I'll put up on the screen afterwards here. I ran a PC Mark Vantage, that's the new Windows Vista based benchmarking tool. It got 2,827 PC marks, and then I also ran PC Mark 2005, and it got 4,898 PC marks. So if you're looking to compare this to other laptops, hopefully that will give you an idea of how each laptop kind of shapes up. In terms of the Windows Experience Index, I'll just bring it up on the screen here and then zoom in so you can check it out. Basically, it benchmarked, you know, really quite well in pretty much every way, other than the graphics. So it got a 3.4 for the desktop performance, but it did get a 4.5 on the gaming graphics. Yeah, so like I said, it would make a pretty good. It's not going to be a gaming laptop per se. There's no, you know, beefy SLI graphics or anything else in here, but for day-to-day use, it would work quite well. Now, my own personal impressions in terms of what I thought when I was using this laptop. Overall, my impressions were actually quite positive. I thought that the performance was nice and snappy. It did come with a little bit of junk. It came with some HP games that took 31 clicks to uninstall. A little bit frustrating there. I would have preferred to see everything be a little bit, you know, less preloaded software, but it handled everything quite well. Performance was snappy. I've used the wireless in a variety of scenarios. It works really well. The screen is pretty good, but it's slightly, I won't say faded, but it's not maybe as high contrast as some other screens out there that you might see. So you can check this laptop out at Best Buy. I would say it's quite a good deal for the money. This has been Jason Dunn from Digital Home Thoughts. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Please rate the video and leave a comment. Thanks for watching.